Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about this whole coronavirus thing and how it's kind of impacting my emotional state. And I don't know, with the whole quarantining thing and like the loneliness and everything being closed and all those sort of things and the lack of productivity and the lack of school and all those sort of things. So this is kind of going to be a different video from some of my other stuff, but it's going to be similar to more of like a journal entry where I just talk about things and I guess talk about how they relate and I don't know, just give my thoughts on this whole thing. So one thing that I've noticed lately is that everything's closed for one. School's closed. Um, Outside, there's not all like the movie theaters or stuff like that is closed. Although I'm not exactly sure about that. That's what people have been telling me when I've been with them or been hanging out with people, which I still have done occasionally, although not as much lately because one of my friends whose house we usually hang out at, he's been sick. I don't think he has corona because he hasn't been coughing, but he's been sick, so we haven't been hanging out as much. So I've kind of just been sitting at home and not really doing much. Um, and there's like this, yeah, that brings this emotion of just absolute boredom and loneliness and lack of productivity, which is terrible. In the moments when I'm at school, I feel like I would often, like when I was at school, I'd feel like, oh my gosh, this is so much work and this is so difficult. I need a little bit of a break, and then I'd kind of use the weekends for that and be able to reach. Yeah, basically just the cycle of life, but the cycle of life where you're being productive all week, take a break on the weekend, have some leisure, have some fun. But like this is a little too much. This is a little too extended. It's similar to how I was feeling during my Christmas break, actually, at the very end, and summer breaks as well at the very end, where it's like there's nothing to do. Um, I'm not doing anything with my life. I'm not being productive. This YouTube channel obviously helps because I have to produce daily content with otherwise I'm not meeting my goals. But like just the fact that I'm not pursuing my career right now. Um, I'm not doing any of my college work. Like I've been coping kind of by like writing a lot in my journals, like different mathematical proof type things. I'll show you guys some of the stuff I've been doing. Yeah, this is all today. You can just see all of this. Let's see if that's on the screen. But yeah, that's all today. But yeah, so I've just been kind of just doing these things. I've also been writing a lot too, but a lot more math stuff, all this sort of stuff. It's it's awesome. I like doing it, but it's just difficult for me because I don't feel like I'm actually doing anything meaningful right now. I don't feel like I'm producing anything meaningful, and that's been difficult, but I feel like, I don't know, I'm trying to accept that fact and move forward with it. Um I don't know. It's also just the fact that I'm not like doing anything with people lately. Like these past 2 days have been just me at home just kind of chilling and listening to music, and which is fine. I'm good with loneliness. I'm good with the whole thing of like being not hanging out with people all the time. I'm fine with that. Like I'm a fairly introverted person, but the issue is I'm not doing anything with my life. It feels like right now, there's no productive work to engage in, and that's hard for me to deal with. I don't know, and I think some people have like this as their lifestyle, kind of this whole just chilling inside, trying to avoid work as much as possible and never going out and seeing people. And I can't imagine how people live like that. I mean, these are the people that are um, the the sort of Discord user that Rucka talks about, like the dude who just sits inside all day, doesn't have any ambitions for their life, and cries out at the world of that it doesn't deserve them, and how lonely this world is that doesn't deserve. I mean, this is how those people live their actual lives. Like this whole lack of productivity because they're not doing anything productive because they look out and say, oh, this world is, we're not in a fully free market economy, so I can't actually pursue my passions. Like it's so uninspiring, but these people, they're like unproductive, and then when it comes to other people, they're like, oh, there's no people that are good enough for me, when they're actually just fucking dicks to their friends, and just, yeah, all that sort of shit. But and oh man, like living that sort of lifestyle just like getting a taste of that these past couple of days, where I don't feel like I'm doing anything, and when I'm not hanging out with people, has been very difficult for me. Yeah, just because, yeah, I'm not doing anything, and I like I need to interact with people. I feel like that's a very important thing. Like, it's very important to get out there and interact with people, because just it's it's obvious to anybody who's done it. I don't like I could give you all the objectivist reasons, like, oh, the spiritual values you obtain from friendships and all those sort of things, but like, just do it inductively. I don't need to give you these deductive proofs of why it's nice to go out and hang out with friends. Like, discover your ethics inductively. Go out, hang out with friends, and have fun. Go do something fun. I don't know. And it's tough right now because everything's closed. Like, we can't go to like buffets and stuff like that, because the buffets are going to be closed because corona, all this hype around corona. Or we can't go sit down at a restaurant because corona, all that shit. And then some of my friends, it's like, oh, their parents won't let them leave the house. Yeah, that's a thing. Because of corona, because a lot of my friends are still in high school, because the people who I was friends with were mostly my cross country team, and those were all sorts of ages, and a lot of them are high schoolers, and that's kind of who I hang out with, like seniors and juniors in high school right now. But yeah, a lot of them, like, they can't leave their house, because their parents will be like, oh, corona, whatever, all that shit. So yeah, it's kind of just been a lonely experience lately. So I can't see everybody that I want to see. People are way more cautious about getting out, and everybody is just inside their houses and living these depressing lives. Like, I mean, yeah, as I've been saying, like, some people, this is their entire life for some people. That's so terrible. Like, that, actually, it could have been my life too if I wasn't someone who ever started getting out in high school. I mean, like, just thinking back to my time in high school, like, at the beginning, I would just sit inside all day and watch YouTube videos, and yeah, just be watching YouTube videos and never go out and hang out with people. But then on my cross country team, I was like, when I after our practices, we'd go hang out at somebody's house, and that'd be really fun, and I'd love doing that, and I'd enjoy spending time with people and getting off the internet and getting out and enjoying life and enjoying actual experience, trying different things out, seeing how different things make me feel, and seeing, oh no, I don't like this certain thing, like I don't like marijuana. That's a terrible experience. Never do weed. Or no, do it, but realize whether it's good or not. Like, do things inductively. Figure out whether or not you like certain experiences inductively or not. Like, it's easy to like sit back and sort of think about these things rationalistically, like, oh, this is what I know about this certain thing. Now that's valid for certain things, like heroin. Obviously, you're not going to fucking go out and try heroin because of all the negative things associated with that, and you like can know deductively, just from your knowledge of how it makes other people feel. You know that inductively too, of what it does to other people. You can look at that and say, no, I'm never going to try that sort of thing. But you can see that some people really like the certain experience of, like, marijuana, for example. You try it, and for me, I realized, no, that's not something that I like. It's literally just a bunch of fucking coughing, and then you're going to go to sleep. Like, that's so depressing. That's such a depressing that's such a depressing high. That's not what I'm interested in. I'd be more interested in something that makes me talk more, like alcohol, which is, I haven't talked about on this channel because I've been scared of talking about those sort of things, as I'm someone who's not 21 yet. But you know what? I'm just gonna say fuck it, because because I think I have things to say on this issue. But I'll probably get in a whole thing later with it. But the main point I've been trying to make is be inductive when you're determining what's good or bad. Don't sit in your room and close your eyes and rationalistically deduce what sort of things are good or bad. Go out and live. Go out and experience things and try things out and make mistakes. Be willing to take risks, and just to see what actually is going to improve your life and what's actually going to make your life good, what values are worth attaining. And that's important. Get out of the house. Go hang out with people. If you don't have friends, go find friends. Go find events going on around town, or or find people who you're like acquaintances with and go ask them to go get dinner sometime or something. Not super possible right now, but hey, just go to like go through a drive-through or something and just go talk with them for a little bit. I don't know. It's more difficult today. Like, this is why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling right now, since it's so much more difficult right now. But still try to find things to do. Like, once this Corona thing passes over, don't continue living this way. Like, I know for damn well, I know for damn sure I'm not gonna keep doing this, and I'm honestly getting excited for online classes to start, because now I'll get to start doing more. I'll get to start doing more calculus again. Um, I'll get to start doing my stats class again. Like, all this stuff is so much fun. I love math. I love math. I love the productivity, the beauty, all those sort of things. Just the solving the equations, all the insight that comes with it. I'm eventually, I think I'm gonna get a another sort of camera that I can like set up behind me or something, so that I can like record a piece of paper. I don't know. I want to start doing mathematical proofs on this channel, but I have no idea how I'm gonna set that up or anything, because I'm not gonna like do stuff on the computer. But yeah, maybe I should do a live stream sometime, because I need something to do. I really do. It's interesting because when you're not being productive, you realize how important it is to be productive, how important it is to go and actually do something with your life. And a lot of people haven't fully integrated that yet. They haven't tried being productive. They haven't tried productivity. And these are the people that sit on the internet all day. And a lot of people are like that. A lot of people are on their phone constantly. They basically live on their phone and scroll through Instagram 24/7 or look at memes 24/7, which, okay, it's a good way to distract from the time, but you're not really living. You're not actually producing anything, and you never experience happiness that way. You simply numb your mind and divert your focus away from reality. But that's what I've kind of been doing that lately. Like, I've been just listening to music and scrolling through my phone, now I could be doing more productive things. I could be going to the gym more. I could be reading more, doing those sort of things. But I don't know. When you get into a habit of, it's similar to loneliness too. There's a kind of a correlation or a similarity between the two. Like, when you're not productive, you tend to like not feel as much of a desire to go do things. But when you start doing things, you realize the joy that it's sort of bringing about in you, and you feel more motivation. But when you're not being productive, this motivation kind of dies, because you're like, oh, I'm just gonna sleep, and then it's like with the whole sleeping thing. You know how it's so hard to wake up because it feels comfortable to relax, and like it takes effort to do these other things, and that initial burst of effort is so difficult to do. It's the same thing when you're being unproductive with your life. You need to get that first push of productivity, and then you'll realize it's not going to be perfect right away because you're not used to it, and the work might seem more difficult than the actual production. But like, you need to actually just get out and keep doing things, keep finding meaning, finding purpose for your life. That's important. And it's similar to loneliness too, because like when you're lonely, or when you're just chilling at home by yourself and being lonely, like, you don't want to get out and do things, because talking to people becomes harder and harder when you're not actually talking to people. You kind of lose practice with it. When you're not talking to somebody, you get worse at it, like, because you're not practicing it. And that makes it harder and harder for you to actually end up getting out of the house. It's the same thing, loneliness, productivity, lack of productivity. It's similar things. Like, you need to actually get out and start doing it, start doing things. And this, I guess, very much speaks to a very fundamental principle in Rand's ethics, which is the idea that life is action. And with productivity, you need to get out and act. You need to get out and do things. Otherwise, you're killing yourself slowly. You're dying. You're not actually living. You're not focused on your life, which, honestly, living an unfocused life, it's the same thing as death. You're not focusing on anything. You're not directing your consciousness toward anything. You're living an unconscious life. But yeah, so you need to act. You need to be able to act, and when you get in the habit of not acting, that's when well, that habituates inside of your subconscious, and you subconsciously begin to not act. So it's so important to act. It's so important to take actions. And wow, just like talking about this is making me more inspired to go do something. I'm probably going to go read. I'll probably go to the gym right after this now, because I don't know. Like now that I'm doing something, I'm acting right now. I'm producing a video. Now I feel like, oh, I want to go to the gym now because I'm acting. Now I keep this action going because it's like Newton's first law, you know? Interesting integration, very rationalistic, but hey, it works here because now don't take this as a philosophical principle and do deduction on it now. It's just an integration. It's just a similarity. But like when you're in action, it takes some force to stop you from acting. You like want to keep acting, you know? But then when you're not in action, you have to get some action. You have to put in some work to start moving. You need to put in some work to stop yourself, just as in the same way you need to put in some work to keep yourself going. So yeah, Ayn Rand's philosophy is literally just consistent with physics. Just understand physics and you'll understand objectivism. There you go. I gave you the principles you need. Now go out and live. Go out and act. Yeah, go do it right now. Go do something productive with your life. Go get out there, act. It's difficult right now. I started this video. That's the point of this video, I guess, to say it's difficult right now with the corona and all the things getting closed down, and like the lack of school and the lack of job for some people, which is kind of a corollary, because school, like my school is the same as your job pretty much, when it comes to what it does for my productivity. Like what I'm doing that's productive right now is going to school, and for you, what you're doing productive is going to going to your job. But so then a lot of those things are being canceled, so it's tough right now. It really is. But I mean, like, find things to do. This channel, one thing that always keeps me productive, this always gives me something to do. Going to the gym, that's another thing. Like, go do that. Or if your gym is closed, go run. Get out and go for a run. I've been preaching this since I was at college too. Like, get out there, go for a run. Go do something. Go act. Get off Discord. I'm serious. Close out Discord get off Discord and get out of the house. Or write in your journal or read. Get off the fucking internet. Get off the internet. I need to do that. That's been a problem for me these past couple days too. So that's what you still can do to be productive, even in this time when it's difficult to be. It's so easy to like sleep in till 11 every morning and just chill on the internet listening to music all day. That's what I've been doing lately, and I've realized now that that's what's making me so sad. That's what's making me feel so depressed. I need to start like setting an alarm, getting up early, and doing things, finding things to do. I need to go for a run sometime. I'll go for a run tomorrow. I don't know. Because my friends always are runners, so they're like training for track, or their track season's canceled actually, which really sucks. But so I don't get to watch them run. But yeah, just get out. Yeah, I'm probably gonna run tomorrow morning. It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome as fuck if I could like get a GoPro going and do like a running live stream. Oh my god, I have so many ideas, but I just don't know how I would set them up. Like setting up for doing mathematical proofs is one thing. Setting up for like a running live stream or things like that. Like it just seems so difficult to do. But yeah, I think someday I will. Someday I'll do all these things. I have a lot of ideas for this channel, the direction I can go. And that's another really good thing. Like when you're being productive, you want to have all these ideas too. Like just have these ideas, think about them, and express them somehow. And that's what I'm doing right now, I guess. But yeah, this is a very, very self-reflective sort of video. This is different from a lot of my other videos, but I hope you guys gain some value out of it, because I'm just kind of letting the subconscious go right now and letting whatever comes out come out. And yeah, I hope you guys get some value from this. And with the thing I was saying about like trying different things, like earlier with the whole marijuana and the whole alcohol thing, like Ayn Rand tried marijuana and she hated it too. Like that's like, if that's what it takes to get you to try out new things, like I don't want to be super encouraging of doing these damaging things, but like I don't know, maybe that's not smart of me, but like you want to try these experiences. You want to try certain experiences. You want to understand like what is actually, like, understand firsthand what's good and what's bad. Maybe it's bad of me to encourage those sort of things. If you're someone who has like an addictive personality, and if you're someone who, based on your past experiences with things like this, things similar to this, that you'll get into a bad habit. Like Charles too should not be drinking. Charles too should not have been drinking. That his justification was so stupid, so terrible, so pessimistic, so anti-life. He should not have been drinking. And he was using justification so terribly there. But like, if you're just gonna go get loose with some friends and you're not going to overdo it, if you're just gonna just have the experience of drinking with some friends, sure, go ahead, do it. Don't drink alone though. That's scary. That's not smart. But if you're just go hang out with some friends, use it as a social lubricant, and don't get addicted. Like Rand, she did not have an addictive personality at all. She didn't want to drink because it tasted bad. Like, nobody uses that justification unless they are not someone. No one uses that justification unless they're not someone who's prone to get addicted. I don't know if the grammar is perfect in that sentence, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. Like, she's not someone who is prone to get addicted to these sort of things, and I don't know exactly why. I mean, maybe she's just a very rational person. Like, she's just trying to understand what is good for her and what makes her life better. So, get out there, go live. I'm gonna try to do that now as best I can. But yeah, you go do that as well. Whatever you can do to live, get out there and fucking do it. This was a long video, very ranty, but I think that's all I have to say for today. If I keep going, it'll be another 30 minutes of just me rambling. But I don't know. It's nice to get these sort of like journal-like videos out there, because it feels nice to do. It feels nice to be able to talk about these sort of things like this. Like, I was completely unable to do this a year ago. I would not have been able to get on YouTube and talk for 22 minutes just about how I'm feeling, my emotional state. I would lose my train of thought constantly and never actually get a good point across. But okay, now I'm getting a whole new train of thought and letting it go. I don't know. I just trust my subconscious more than I used to, and I just let it go where it wants to go. And yeah, so let's cut it off now before it gets to be too long. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say for today. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Peace.